And welcome back. Let's get to the interactive part of the show. And this is where we want to speak to you and also take a look at what it is that you've been talking about. So we're starting with, we are looking at some of the stories of the day in our diary. And starting with this one.
Indeed. All right. This is the latest figures, according to the Health Ministry, that were released last night. And the number of COVID-19 cases in South Africa sitting at 4,793. And the number of deaths has now, unfortunately, increased to 90. We'll give you a breakdown of those figures in a short while.
Also, Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Home Affairs will today hold a virtual meeting to consider various issues concerning the department's services, especially during the state of national disaster declared by President Cyril Ramaphosa.
Meanwhile, the Portfolio Committee on Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs will also meet with the South African Local Government Association on the role of municipalities in the fight against COVID-19.
And of course, for more information on the coronavirus, members of the public, you're urged to call it the 24-hour hotline on 0800 029 999, or you can add the official government COVID-19 support service on WhatsApp on 0600 123 456.
All right, here are those stats that we were talking about. So let's take a look at a breakdown of the country. So we're hearing how the Western Cape is now the epicenter when it comes to COVID-19 infections. 1,737, Gauteng 1,353, KZN 902, the Eastern Cape 588, Free State 111, Limpopo 31, Northwest 28, Mpumalanga 26. And the Northern Cape 17. So we can also have a look at the amount of tests that are being conducted. That's 178,470 already. Positive cases that we have, 4,793. And those deaths are 90, unfortunately. So, Sakina, also looking at that global picture, because that's something we need to always compare as to where South Africa stands. You know, it's officially now gone over that 3 million mark when it comes to the coronavirus infections. That's where we're at now, at 3,064. The deaths are 211,609. So that's just to give you a glimpse as to where we are as a globe.
Absolutely staggering. All right, let's move on to our trending topics now. And up first, hashtag Orania. Now, Orania is that little Afrikaner enclave in the Northern Cape. And they actually, SABC took a drive down to Orania to go and find out how the inhabitants of Orania are coping amid COVID-19. And it turns out they are suffering, Leanne.
Yeah, I believe so. I actually want to see that piece, to be honest with you. I've missed it. So I do hope that maybe during the course of the program we can play that report. One of our reporters, I think it was Reginald Vipoy, went down, visited Orania, and they said that they're really, really struggling. That opened up a lot of conversation on Twitter. So that's the one that we need to look at quite a lot as well.
Many South Africans totally unsympathetic, asking many questions about, firstly, why is Orania allowed to exist within the broader South African democratic context? Secondly, Orania has a president, Karel Boshoff. Orania has its own currency, the Ora. So what is this? And all of this coming out on Freedom Day, and South Africans absolutely not having it, saying, well, you know what, tough. Yeah. We're all suffering at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just one or two tweets we can read here. Romeo saying the fact that we have white-only town Orania in a liberated country gives me sleepless nights. Oh, did I mention that they have their own currency, just as you had mentioned there? Chantal saying, Orania in the Northern Cape. How is it possible that in this day and age such a place exists and our government is completely fine with it? And then finally, shame, SABC News really visited Orania during their most difficult day of the year, Freedom Day. There you go. I hope we play this. We've got to play this insert sometime this morning. I really hope we've got time.
Yeah, getting quite a bit of traction on the Twitter sphere there. And then the next one, hashtag Malema. Of course, his Freedom Day speech, the Commander-in-Chief of the Economic Freedom Fighters. And he had quite a few interesting things to say, Julius Malema. But of course, people were more concerned about some things that he said than others. So some of the things he mentioned, he says, for example, there must be an increase of the pension grant for the grant for pensioners to 2,800 Rand per month. He also says the child support grant must be increased to 800 Rand per month, and the basic income grant should not be reversed. That 350 Rand that the president announced, he says don't reverse that, instead increase it to 1,000 Rand per month. But of course, the issue that people took with his speech was when he said that, foreigners in South Africa should also be supported. And as you can imagine, South Africans somewhat losing their minds in certain instances about that, saying, what about us? We're not even receiving these food parcels and the support from government. So, but Malema saying this is us, again, perhaps being short-sighted.
Yeah, and that, of course, giving rise to another hashtag, which was hashtag put South Africa first. And that one, of course, coming out of those comments. So, yeah, Twitter, never ever a boring place to visit. That much we can tell you. And then, of course, our final trending topic, day 33 of the lockdown. I think we've spoken to that, and that's where we're at right now. Day 33, we enter into level 4. And I repeat, whatever level 4 looks like. Apparently, it's a little bit easier than level 5, but it's not level 5. It certainly isn't level 1 and not level 3. But what does level 4 look like? Come on, guys, we need a clearer picture.
Anyone who knows. But I don't think anybody knows.
I don't think so. It's as clear as mud at this point.
We're waiting.
I have no idea. I don't know if we can run. I don't know if we can walk. I don't know if kids go back to school.
Run on the spot,
I don't know
Leanne.
who works, who doesn't. It is crazy. We need details.
We certainly do. Okay, so that wraps that. Let's take a look now at what's coming up. Time for Valen to bring us up to speed.